This is a new series called Money Mondays. I'm Daniel Pate with Apical, Texas. We are going to do math. We're going to do calculations. We're going to do things that involve money every Monday. This is what it's about. This is the whole reason we're in business. This is the whole reason we serve clients, to try and figure out ways for vineyards to make money, for wineries to make money, for our business to make money. It's the only reason we do this. This is not just for fun, so we're going to break it down. With pruning around the corner, it's the first one we're going to tackle because I already see it out there. I see other vineyards that we don't work with that are leaving too few buds to get any reasonable amount of tonnages. Most vineyards out here are going to do 2, 3, maybe 4 tons an acre when you look at the ranch level, 50, 60 acres. And we'll explain some of that why, but we're going to break this down to a vine basis and then wind up with tons per acre on why you should leave more buds or why you should leave less buds if you want more or if you want less fruit and you don't want to make money. So when you're going out and pruning, let's just say you're going to leave 20 buds or 40 buds. We're going to do this with 4 different examples. This is 10 by 4 spacing. This is 10 by 5 spacing. Again, 10 by 4 and 10 by 5 with 40 buds. The vines per acre is 1,089 on 10 by 4 and 871 on 10 by 5. So let's look at the buds per vine. Again, this is 20 buds per vine that we're targeting. I don't know. Let's call this Merlot, okay? If you're leaving 20 buds of vine at 1,089 vines per acre, then you're gonna have 21,780 buds. Now, the goal is always 2 clusters per shoot, but that's not reality when you go back and track it. At best, you're looking at 1.1, 1.2 most years. So we're gonna use best case scenario, and we're gonna assume on this Merlot, we're getting 1.2 clusters per bud on 21,780 buds, okay? That converts to clusters per acre. So you've got 26,136 clusters per acre. And if we assume at harvest, not when it's 20 bricks, when it's 25, 26 bricks, when the wineries actually want it, let's say that weighs 0.25, a quarter of a pound, okay? That's pretty reasonable. Then what you get is pounds per acre, which is 6,534, okay? Divide that by 2,000, and then your tons per acre is 3.26. That's your tons per acre. This is mostly what a lot of people do on a 10 by 4 spacing if they're leaving 20 buds. Now, let's go to the 40 bud scenario, because I want to do it like this. Let's say we've got 40 buds here, okay? 40 buds per vine is the target when we're pruning. Not 20 anymore, but we're on the same spacing. We have 1,089 vines per acre. That's going to give you 43,560 buds an acre. And if we still assume, give or take, the same 1.2 clusters per bud, which is reasonable, then your clusters per acre is going to be 52,272. Now, give or take, this is pretty easy math because it's double, okay? So let's assume a quarter pound per cluster. And then again, we're going to double this. So this is 13,000 pounds per acre. That's going to come to 6.53 tons an acre. So if you want more tons, it's really simple. You have to leave more buds to try and get more clusters. Pretty easy. Now, a lot of people are on 10 by 5 spacing, which is low density, relatively speaking. Most of the newer vineyards we'd like to see up in that 1,000+ vine. But let's do this math real quick. So let's say 20 buds per vine on 871 vines per acre, okay? What that's going to give you is 17,420 buds an acre. Still assuming the 1.2 clusters per bud, that's going to give you 20,904 in terms of clusters per acre. Still assuming the 0.25 clusters per pound, you're going to get 5,226 pounds an acre, or 2.61 tons. Okay? On 10 by 5 spacing, if you're leaving 20 buds, this is what you're gonna wind up with, give or take, on Merlot. Now let's look at the final example with 40 buds on 10 by 5 spacing, which is 871 vines. Okay? We're gonna come over here, we're gonna do 40. That's going to give us 34,840 buds per acre. Clusters per bud, 1.2. Then we're going to wind up with 41,808 in terms of clusters per acre. Still assuming that quarter pound, give or take. The tons per acre that we're going to have under this scenario, or the pounds per acre we're going to have under this scenario is 10,452, or 5.23 tons to the acre. So there you have it. This is really simple, really straightforward. If you're leaving 20 buds and your harvest weight, not your lag phase or any of that stuff, your harvest weight is about a quarter pound per cluster on something like Merlot, unless you leave 30, 40, 50, 60 buds, there is no way humanly possible that you will approach anything more than about 2 to 3 tons the acre, which happens to be the state average because almost everybody prunes basically 20, 25 buds of vine. They leave a hand space in between all those. They leave gaps at the end of the vines. We see this all the time. So if you want more tonnage and you want to do it like we do, that's why we leave more buds. This has been Monday Mondays. We'll see you again next week. Take it easy. Heed the vine.